of the next exhalation, lowering your head and blinking your eyes open. Looking forward, you're going to come to hero pose. So if you normally, Virasana, we're sitting with our bottom between our heels. So you might want to sit up either on your block or the towel roll or both. So have the block between your heels. If you need two, just let me know. So you want to have your thighs approximately parallel and your heels to the outside. If it's too strong, you can get, yeah, or I can give you another block. So what we're trying to do is, one is to stretch the front of the ankle, is to have the foot flat, but also to feel a stretch across down the thighs and across the tops of the knees. So if it doesn't feel good, you can come out of that and just sit with your legs in front of you or cross-legged. But just for a moment, if you're able to. Does anybody need a bit more height? No? Mark, do you want to sit on, put that on top? And drawing your tailbone down slightly, so you're drawing the tailbone down, tucking it a little so you start to feel the thighs lighting up. Bring your fingertips, if you can, behind you. Lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Keep your gaze straight ahead. So that tuck of the tailbone, feeling a little more length across the front of the thighs. And then coming forward. If that's too, if you can stay here, stay here. If it's too uncomfortable, you can come to any seated position. We're now going to clasp our hands, press up to the ceiling. So you want to feel like you're drawing up through the pelvic floor, draw the navel towards the spine, reach up, and just checking where your head is in space, so not having the head jutting forward. And feel like the shoulder blades should turn and wing upwards. That's what they're meant to do. So just let them move. And then exhale, reach the arms wide. And then again, we're going to lift the arms up, reach. So feel as if you're pressing down through your sitting bones, lifting up. And then release your arms, but hands, but keep the arms wide. And then we're going to keep facing forward, but turn to the left with your arms. Draw in through the navel, revolve from the navel to look behind you. So you can use that right hand on the thigh, drawing you round. And then inhale, bring the arms back up. Exhale to the other side. And you're going to keep going with your own breath. I just like these. Feeling into those gentle twists. And then coming back to center, you're going to come off your block, have your legs out in front of you. So sitting, legs straight. Staff pose, Dandasana. So flexing at the ankles, draw your toes back towards you. You want to feel that slight internal rotation of the thighs, so the knees and toes are pointing up. Press through your sitting bones, lift up, and then rest your hands. So we're just resting hands. So we're not pushing through the palms, just elbows soft. Your drishti, your soft focus is on your toes. Okay, and then bend your knees, Come to lie back, feet flat on the floor. And then we're going to do flowing bridge. So heels roughly under knees, so not too close to your bottom, thighs parallel. And then inhale, draw the lower back down, peel the hips up and lift your arms overhead. So the backs of the hands touch down behind you, straight arms. And then exhale, bring the arms all the way back over, lower down through the vertebrae so the pelvis comes down last. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale, lifting up into bridge. Arms touch down behind you. And on your exhale, all the way back. And then when your arms are down by your sides, your hips are down, hug your knees in. Little rock there, squeeze the knees. And then engage the core, draw the knees towards you, and then you're going to rock 3 times forwards and back until you come to sit. Try and get up onto the shoulders. Use your core. Okay. And then coming onto hands and knees. Tabletop. So neutral spine. And you can have tops of the feet down or tuck toes, depending on how your knees feel. And we're going to do this sink and punch. So not cat-cow, we're just mobilizing the shoulder blades. So as you inhale, you're going to puff out between the shoulder blades. Keep the lift through the back of the head so your head is in line with your spine. And then exhale, straight arms, draw the shoulder blades together. So you sink your chest down. And then on an inhale again, punch up between the shoulder blades. Exhale, sink down. And again, so you're spreading the shoulder blades as you come up. And then on an exhale, you're squeezing them towards each other. Let the chest sink. And then come back to neutral. So the upper back rounding is where you want to be when you're in plank. So when you start to take weight through your palms, you want to broaden across the back body so that we're not sinking in and pinching the neck around the ears and so on. So bring your hands forward a little, tuck your toes, come up into downward facing dog. Walk your dog, slowly paddle the heels, bending one, straightening the other. And then you're going to ripple forward. So slowly as you can, you're going to come forward into plank. But you're going to go high first, draw up through your core as you go up onto your toes, rolling through the spine, and then head comes up last, but spread the shoulder blades, and then coming back up into down dog, lift the hips high, and then start to lower the heels as you turn the tailbone up. So really articulating the spine, coming forward again. Down dog, ripple into high plank. And then again, all the way back. And then draw the heels down, thigh bones back, tailbone turning up. Push the floor away with your palms. Keep your ears between your arms. Okay, and then we're going to drop the knees down. Tabletop. And now it's just like moving the spine any which way. So you can start to swing your hips and your shoulders. You can do even the cat-cow, inhale to look up. But don't be shy, just get moving. You can roll your shoulders around the wrists. So really keep that firm grounding of the hands, the palms, spread the fingers, and then changing directions. Okay, and then walking the hands forward, come up into down dog again. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Ragdoll for a moment. So bend your knees, tummy to thighs, hold onto your elbows, hang your head, and let gravity take the head down. So you can just nod and shake your head gently. And then start to straighten your legs, release the arms down, slowly unfurling to stand. And then walk towards the front of the mat. So we're going to go through the sun salutes, but we're going to do them slightly differently. We're going to take our time. But firstly, we'll do our half salutes, just establishing the rhythm of the breath. So standing with your feet hip distance apart, stand in mountain Tadasana. So feel that connection to the earth, even spread your toes, lift them, place them down. Feel the energy traveling up through the crown of your head, your drishti, soft focus straight ahead. And then inhale, bring your hands up, palms to touch. And as you reach up, you want to almost draw the ribs back slightly so we're not flaring the ribs. So engage your core, turn your head up, and then exhale, forward fold. So you can bend your knees if you need to reach the fingertips to the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Straight legs, palms into shins, look up, flat back. And then exhale, fold again. Inhale all the way to stand, reaching up, engage through the core. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up. Palms to touch. And then exhale, hands to heart. Stand in mountain again. Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salute A. So you're going to take it nice and steady. So inhale, bring the arms up, palms to touch, and pause here. You're going to take, the left hand will take the right wrist, lift through the kneecaps, lift up through the pelvic floor, drawing yourself over to the left, press out through the right hip. So feel that real pressing, getting long through the side body, and then inhale back to center, change the grip to the other hand, lifting up, exhale, inhale, clasp the hands, roll the hands up, push up to the ceiling, but feel the connection from the feet as if you're pushing your feet down, drawing up through the thighs, the core, and then exhale, release the hands. Now we're going to bend, forward fold. So if you fold, you can decide now whether you want to have feet together or feet hip distance apart. But however, it's less stable, so it challenges the balance a little more if your feet are together. But if you can, press the palms down and fold inwards. Otherwise, you can bend your knees a little, fingertips down. So you feel that connection to the earth, but we're feeling into the hamstrings. One more breath. And then inhale to halfway lift. So bring your palms into shins, straight arms and straight legs, and look up. So feel that now right into the hamstrings, you're squeezing your kneecaps, turning the tailbone up. So as you look up, your back is flat. Draw the shoulder blades towards your waist. One more breath. And now we're going to bend our knees, palms down, step back to high plank. So rolling forward, make sure the index fingers are pointing directly forward, pressing all the finger knuckles, the palm down, and lift your hips a little higher than you think. Hug your shins and forearms towards each other. Lift through the back of the head and puff out between the shoulder blades. We're going to change this up a bit. We're going to lift up into down dog. Take a pause. And then again, roll forward into high plank. We're going to tip forward, So low plank like chaturanga, hold it for a breath, and then lower yourself to the mat. Bring your hands down by your side with the palms facing up, and then hook your thumbs behind your back, squeeze your shoulder blades, bring the inside edge of the feet together, and then inhale, lift into locust. So feeling the back body, you're squeezing the feet in, feel that internal rotation of the thighs, so you spread the back of the pelvis, lifting the hands, lifting the chest, and gazing down slightly so we're not cricking the neck. One more breath. And then exhale, bring the hands beside your rib cage, tops of the feet pressed down, so now you can draw the feet apart a little. Inhale to cobra. So low cobra, keep the hips down, almost just to the belly button, lifting off. Really press through the tops of the feet. Hug the elbows in, draw them down towards your waist. And then exhale, keep the hands where they are, but just lower down, let the tension go for a moment. And then again, inhale, lift into low cobra. Fire up the legs, keep the tops of the feet pressing down. And now you're going to hover the hands. Squeeze those shoulder blades towards each other. Feel the back body really working. Then press your hands down, lift into low cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, come up into down dog. You can move in your dog if you need to. You can shorten the stride, whatever feels good for you, but just using it as a resting pose. And then inhaling, three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Draw the left heel down, but you want to internally rotate that back thigh, so hips are roughly level. So the leg goes straight up and back. Feel the tone in the thigh, the calves, the foot, and then step that right foot all the way forward between your hands. Runner's lunge. Right knee over right ankle. Lift through the back thigh. Draw your shoulder blades down your back, and then left foot forward. Come to halfway lift. Extend through the spine, look up. And exhale, fold. And then imagine you've got a block between your shins, hug in. Draw up through the pelvic floor, far up the thighs. Inhale, drawing yourself up, palms to touch. And exhale, hands to heart. Standing mountain. Okay, other side. Or second one. Standing in mountain. Inhale, bring your palms to touch. This time, instead of, we call it swaying palm, just going to reach up, but you're going to draw your belly button in, draw up through the pelvic floor, and separate your hands. The feet can be either together or apart, but feel the thighs now, paying attention. As you draw, almost pressing your hips forward, you're drawing your tailbone down slightly. And then you want to slide your shoulder blades a little, or shoulders away from ears slightly, drawing the navel in. And as you turn your gaze, so you're lifting your chest slightly, turn your gaze to look up, but you're still trying to draw the ribs back almost. So we're not just flaring and dumping into the lower back. So strong through the back body, strong through the core. And now you're going to fold. Exhale, forward fold. Might seem painfully slow, but sometimes it's not so obvious what you're doing when you move too fast. So relax your head down. Imagine as if you were sitting on the floor and you're trying to reach your toes. You're not using our arms, you're using your core. So trying to crunch in through the core, lengthen through the back body, So if you feel it's slightly too tough on the hamstrings, then you can bend your knees slightly. Doesn't have to be palms down, can be fingertips. And then inhale, come to halfway lift. So straight legs and a flat back. So look up, draw your shoulder blades down your back. That's it. So lift your chest. So you want to try and flatten it. So shoulder blades down, turn your tailbone up. Yeah, okay. So almost feeling as if the shoulder blades are drawing down towards the waist. And now exhale, bend your knees, palms down, step back to high plank. And pause. So using your breath here to steady you, you want to hug inwards. So feel the forearms drawing that energy of them towards each other, the shins. Draw the navel in and puff out between the shoulder blades. So keeping the shoulders safe. And then exhale, tip forward, low press up. If it's too much, you can drop your knees and exhale now all the way down to the mat. Hook your thumbs behind you for locust, but this time go the opposite way. So whichever thumb felt natural, you're going to change to the other thumb. Inside edge of the feet together. Gaze stays down towards the front of the mat, and inhale. Lift your legs, lift your chest, reach your hands towards your heels. Just noticing the back body. You still need to draw in through the core. Internally rotate those thighs. And then exhale, relax down. Bring your palms beside your rib cage and just pause for a moment. Now you can separate the feet. Tops of the feet press down so the kneecaps lift. Inhale, come up into cobra. So low cobra, keep the elbows bent. Hug the elbows in. Draw them down towards your waist. And you can draw the chest forward, but you want to keep that engagement of the back body. Then exhale, keep the hands there, but rest your body down for a moment. And now you're going to inhale, float the hands. So you're going to come up into cobra, hover the hands off the mat in front, just where they were. So it's only your back muscles you're using. And then exhale, palms down, tuck your toes under, come up into down dog. So feeling into the down dog, allowing yourself to soften a little, resting pose. And then inhale, lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. So trying to keep the hips level, bring the left leg straight up and back. It doesn't matter whether the heel is, your ankle is flexed or the toes are pointing, you just want to feel the muscles all the way from the hip to the toes. And then exhale, bring the left foot between your hands. Runner's lunge. And then the next inhale, bring the right foot forward, halfway lift. Feeling the shoulder blades drawing down your back. Turn your gaze up, turn your tailbone up. Nice flat back, feel into the backs of the legs. Exhale, fold. Draw the navel in. Arms are almost resting. It's more that you're using the weight of the body to fold you forward. Then far up the calves, the thighs, hug inwards. Inhale, lift all the way up. Bring your palms to touch. Reach through the middle finger. Draw the ribs back slightly. Turn your gaze up. And then exhale, hands to heart. Standing mountain. So now we're going to do one round of a normal sun salute A, and you can go at your own pace. So I'll lead you, but if you want to just flow yourself, then we'll do one round of sun salute A. But if you want to follow me, follow me. Otherwise, we'll meet you back in mountain pose. Standing in mountain, inhale, palms to touch, look up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, 3 breaths. And then inhaling, up on your toes, bend your knees deeply, look forward. Bring forward, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Palms to touch. Exhale, to stand in mountain. Okay, so coming down onto the mat. So lying on your front. Okay, so just for a moment, we're going to just lengthen the front body, but paying attention to what the legs are doing. So essentially the primary focus of back bending is that you need to have strong legs to protect, and your core needs to be engaged to protect your spine, your lower back. So when you're in Sphinx pose, elbows under shoulders, forearms parallel, press the floor away and draw your pubic bone down, press the tops of the feet down so your kneecaps lift. So the legs are really strong. And then you want to feel that internal rotation of the thighs. So rolling them under you so you feel the back of the pelvis spread a little. And then draw yourself between your chest between your arms and feeling how you need to keep the thighs really strong, squeeze the kneecaps. So you want to feel like there's, I never say this word, equanimity. So there's the lower back takes more of a bend than any other part of the spine. So we want to try and get nice and long, which is where you use your glutes. Press your hips down, get nice and long and draw the chest forward. The energy of the elbows drawing back towards the hips. And then exhale, just relax your head down, turn your feet out, rock your hips. Okay, and then resting on your right forearm, bend your left leg. So take your hand, thumb down, hand to the outside of the foot for a quad stretch. So try not to let the knee flare out if you can. So keeping the thighs roughly parallel. Bend the elbow and draw the heel towards your bottom. Press your hips down. So soft. As you draw it in, you're trying to use the exhale to soften through the front of the thigh, the quad, the hip flexor. You can rest your head down if it feels better. And now we're going to do the reverse. You're going to push the foot away from you, straighten the arm and resist with the hand. So you can also feel the left shoulder rolling back a little. So really push. It's as if you let go, like your foot would then hit the floor. It's that kind of energy. And then exhale, soften, release. Rest your head down. And then other side. So rest on your left forearm. The right hand takes the right top of the right foot. Bend the elbow. Bring the heel towards the bottom. And just feel, if you don't press your hips down, just notice the difference in the front of your thighs. So if you don't use your glutes to press the pubic bone down, you might not even feel into the front of the hip. So notice the difference there. You need to use your hips. And now reverse the energy. So push your foot away from you, straighten the arm. You can roll that right shoulder back. And then soften, exhale, release. Tuck your toes, palms beside ribs, come up onto hands and knees. And then we're going to get, actually we're coming to it from down dog. Down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, and then bring the right foot between your hands. Drop the left knee down. So you might want to pad your knee. So if you've got your towel, up to you if you've got knees that don't like it so much, you might. So we're in low lunge position, but we're more at a right angle to start with, and you're flattening the foot, so not tucking the toes under, flatten the foot. And then rest your hands on your right thigh. Now we're going to lunge forward. So now when your weight is down on the mat, your knee can travel forward of the ankle. And now this thing, like if we were to do our traditional low lunge, you bring your arms up, you flare the ribs, you look up. That's a back bend, but it's not so good for the lower back. So we're backing out of that. We're going to draw the hips back slightly, press down through the top of the foot. So you feel now, draw the tailbone down, so you feel the front of the hip, and now lunge forward. So it's completely different. It doesn't feel as free, but this is the energy you'll want in back bends. The hips will press you forward, the legs will fight that to keep you stable. From that, you'll lift your arms up. So even if you tried to flare the ribs now, it's more like this energy needs to draw in and stabilize. So reach up. You can lift your chest. You can soften around the shoulders, the sides of the neck, turn your gaze up. So it doesn't feel as relaxed, but we're working towards something. And then exhale, bring the fingertips down. And now we're going to bend the back knee. So leave that. This is where it's going to be hard on knees. So now weight onto the front thigh, bend the back knee and take hold of the foot. And to help, you can bend in the middle, you can take your hips back, catch the foot, draw in through your core, gently come up. So sometimes it helps to take the hips back a little to get the heel towards your bottom and then come forward. You can feel this opening through the front of the chest. And if this is too much, you can come back to where we were. You can drop the shin down and just practice lengthening through the front of the hip. Ooh. Reach the right arm forward, left foot drawing towards you. So keep the elbows soft on the left arm. And then we're going to do as we did on the floor. You're now going to push through the back foot. Straighten the arm so you really feel it lighting up in the front of the hip. And then exhale, soften. Stay down, or rather step back to down dog. Loosen the hips a little. And then you're going to bring the right leg forward. So lift the left leg up behind you and step forward between your hands. Is it both?
Just my left knee.
Yeah.
Got
Okay.
a tear.
Yes. So yeah, good for you. And also it might help to not have the knee on the ground, but have the bolster under the shin.
Oh yeah, it lifts the pressure.
Yeah, so take the pressure off the kneecap. But yes, don't do it if it. Just do the low lunge, but you don't have to do the. Yeah, too intense. Okay, so now drop the right knee down into low lunge. Take yourself back a little so you feel your legs are almost at right angles. Bring your hands to your thigh. And then press down through the top of the back foot. Draw the tailbone down and then lunge. But as with anything in yoga, ahimsa, keep yourself safe, non-self-harming. So if it doesn't feel good, then there are always other ways that we can get the stretch, so just let me know. And then you can draw the arms up, reach up, so get nice and long through the arms. But it feels as if you're not pinching the sides of the neck, you're softening shoulders down. And then exhale, bring your fingertips down. And then we're going to do the reaching back again. So top of the foot, the back foot pressing down. You're going to reach back. So draw that back foot up. So that's your hamstring strength. So soften through the elbow. Again, if you want to bend in the middle a little to bring the heel up, and then you can start to press the hips forward, whatever works. Reach the left arm forward a little. So feel this opening through the, so trying to keep the chest projecting forward, but rolling the right shoulder back. And then resist. So now, or opposite, now you're going to push, oh, sorry, push the foot away, straighten the arm. So feel that power in the front of the thigh. And then exhale, bring your palms down, step back to down dog, and then come down into child's pose. Or if not so good for knees, you can roll on your back and just hug your knees. So in yoga, it's not a competition. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. It's like understanding where you're at. And there's that edge, isn't there, where you can go past it and injure yourself, or you can go push a little harder and feel it felt fantastic, but it's your body. You need to work out those limits. Okay, then come up into tabletop. And we can do a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, look up, turn the tailbone up, and then as you exhale, round into cat. Just get some natural movement back into the spine. Okay, and then tuck your toes under, come up into down dog. And then walk your hands back towards your feet and slowly coming up to stand. Come to the front of the mat. Surya Namaskar B, a few variations. So Sun Salute B. Standing in mountain, inhale to chair pose, Utkatasana, and pause. Draw the hips back a little, take the weight more into your heels. And turning the gaze slightly, but you want to soften around the sides of the neck, and then exhale, forward fold. Take a breath. Inhale to halfway lift. Extend, draw the shoulder blades down your back, draw in through your core, turn the tailbone up. And then exhale, chaturanga, palms down, step back. So pause in high plank, pause on the next breath, chaturanga, and then lower to the mat. We're going to come into locust. So hook the thumbs inside edge of the feet together. Inhale, lift into locust. Take a breath. Exhale, palms beside ribs. Tops of the feet press down. Inhale, cobra. Take a breath here. So low cobra, we're not going to hover the hands, but you want to feel that energy. If you could hold yourself there with the back body. Exhale, lowering down, tuck your toes. Come up into down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts and pause, three-legged dog. Drawing the left heel down, feel into the back of the leg. And then step the right foot forward. Exhale, warrior one. So you're going to come up on an inhale and pause. So here, warrior one. Keep the feet on train track so you've got enough balance. Turn the back toes slightly forward. So on your line on the side. Yeah. Leveling the hips to the front. And then as the arms are up, you can have the palms together or James Bond fingers, reach the arms wide, whichever you prefer. But the energy we want to feel is similar to what we were doing. As you lunge, press down through the heel and the back foot, draw back through the ribs slightly. So we're back bending, you're lifting the chest, you're leaning back, you're looking up, but you're activating through the legs, you're drawing the tailbone slightly down, and then exhale. Palms down, high plank and pause. Exhale, chaturanga, pause. Inhale, up dog. Oh, got my breath wrong, but anyway. Up dog or cobra. And exhale to down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog and pause. Inhale, exhale, left foot between your hands. Inhale, come up into warrior one, left side. Same thing, get that energy in the legs, sink. Left knee stays over left ankle. Internal rotation of the back thigh and draw in. Reach the arms up. Lift the chest. Lean back, but you feel that you're not pinching the lower back. We're not over bending. And then exhale. Palms down. High plank and pause. Hug in, puff out between the shoulders. Tip forward, low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. And then inhale to come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Squeeze the thighs, palms to touch, look up. Exhale. And take a breath. Come down into child's pose for a moment. Sort the music. In child's pose, straighten your arms, press your palms down, lift your elbows. And as you press the palms down, push them away from you. So you feel that energy in the hips drawing down towards the heels. And then lift your head, tuck your toes. You're going to come up into down dog. Then inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. And then step the right foot between your hands, runner's lunge. Then the next inhale, left foot forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep your hands at your heart. So it's palms together, press the base of the thumbs into the breastbone. So you're lifting your chest into it. Take the weight into your right foot. Lift your left knee up. And then you're going to do a hamstring curl. So curl the leg back. So you want to try and almost see how far you can take the thigh back. Use your hamstrings. And then you're going to take the left hand to take hold of the left foot. Reach the right hand forward. So firstly, it's a balance. So keep your gaze fixed on a soft focus on a fixed point in front of you. And you're drawing that foot in, and then we're going to do Natarajasana dance. So now the energy is now going to change. So you're going to push the foot away from you and resist with the hand. So you can start to tip forward, or you can just stay with the foot drawing in. So if you can expand, but keep your breath steady, keep your focus. And when you're ready, inhale, lift your chest, release your foot. Well done, everyone. It's all a journey. Okay, other side. I was going to do a vinyasa in between, but I think we're good. So not forgetting when to balance, you want to have your breath first, your focus, and then you use both of those to lift the right foot. So now you're going to take the weight into the left foot, bring your hands to your heart, right leg up, do your hamstring curl. So really drawing that heel, all toes can point whichever. Use your hips, press your hips forward as if you were lying on the ground. Squeeze those the left kneecaps, and then reach back. Left arm forward. So draw the heel in first, bend the elbow. Keep your drishti, inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to push the foot away from you. Straighten that arm. And then on an exhale, release. Well done. Come down onto the mat with your legs in front of you, lying back. Take your feet apart, knock your knees together, one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Let the breath settle. So Anahata is the heart chakra. So when you're like in yogic speak, it's like shine your heart. And it's basically, if you expand through your chest, you're opening the lungs, you're giving your heart space to move, really getting the oxygen in around your body. But also it's the emotional center of us, as we know, as well as the hips. So it's good to, rather than that curling inwards, it's good to expand, lift the chest. Take some strain off the back muscles. Then bring your feet ready for bridge. So feet parallel to hips, heels under knees, arms by your side. So feel that connection of the shoulder blades down. Inhale, press the lower back down, lift your hips up. Lifting the chest, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other almost. And then when you're ready, exhale, slowly lowering down through the vertebrae. Your hips come down last. And then one more bridge, inhale, peeling the hips up, expand through the chest. You can even clasp your hands underneath, rolling a little to get the tops of the arms tucked under, fists pressing down. And then exhale, taking the arms wide, lowering the hips. Okay, and then we're going to use the towel roll and your block. So, or bolster if you've got a little bolster, but placing the towel roll down your mat with the block at the top. So you're going to sit. So you're going to lie back so your pelvis is off the towel roll and let the elbows drop, hands, palms facing up, just let the elbows drop and close your eyes. So rest your head on your block. If anyone doesn't have a satisfactory towel roll, I've got a couple of little bolsters. We all good? And you can straighten your legs. You can have butterfly legs, soles of the feet together, knees wide, or you can knock your knees together, whichever feels. Oh, and I didn't show all of you, but when